Hello, and welcome to Cry Havoc Wargaming, dedicated to bringing you the uncommon. For those of you who haven't met me, my name is Ron, and today we're going to do I guess after action report, it was supposed to be a how to play, of Guards of Traitors Toll by Great For Now Games. So let's get started. So recently I participated in the, I don't remember if it was a Kickstarter or a pre-order for Great For Now Games Guards of Traitors Toll. It's kind of very last minute. It was getting a lot of commotion. I was hearing about it, but I didn't really know what it was at all until a friend of mine brought it to my attention. And I really liked it. It's really quirky. It reminds me a lot of Terry Pratchett and Discworld. So I went in pretty all in. And bought the two bundles they were selling at the time, the main basic game, and then there's an expansion, I think it's called the Backstreets or something, that allows you to increase the game and gives you all the parts and accessories you need, the cards and the tokens, the extra sprues, to bring the game from a 2-player game to a 4-player game. This is usually meant to be a cooperative, a semi-cooperative game. It is usually meant to play with 2 to 4 players playing semi-cooperative. You're all playing different town guards and your job's all the same, to try to solve these crimes, stop the crime within the city of Traitors Toll. But you want your station of guards and your patron's guards to get the actual arrests. So you're helping each other, but in the end, you get the gold for the arrest, not the people who helped you. So there is still a competition level to it, and that's, I think, kind of unusual. I can't think of any other game that really does that, and I kind of like it. I'm about to run it as a solo game using the solo rules that are in the book. I decided to do that, one, because I'm sitting here in the studio alone, and also because there's been a few videos made of this, but none of them were the solo game. So I thought I would try that and see how it went. We'll see what happens in the future. This is the only solo game I've played of this. I've mostly either played 2-player games or run 2- and 4-player games. In fact, I just ran it at a convention at Call to Arms just last weekend. It's a really enjoyable game. It's very quirky. It's a lot of fun. It's not a game to be taken too seriously. A lot of different options and choices you can do. It has some of that same lack of ability to make your own decisions that 200 Hours games had, but there's more choices to be made in this one. Yes, you have a lot of strong AI and a lot of die rolling that determines things, but there's various options with choices you can make for directions based on the arrows you get or the use of the coin cards and some things like that shake that up a little bit. And of course, once you are in range to see your opponent, that's all entirely different. Yeah, I think it feels less swingy and often a little random, but I think that fits the nature of the game and just, to me, makes it actually more enjoyable. It's designed to be played as a continuing campaign. You can get various advances and extra equipment that you can carry from game to game to game just by recording which cards you have and what you have available to you throughout the game. Anyway, enough of me chattering on about this game. I'm going to go ahead and show you a game of Traitors Toll. Let's go to the gaming table. Welcome to Traitors Toll. This is the town, or a portion of the town, where our guards are going to be patrolling. I haven't given them names or anything like that. I haven't really created what I would call a roster for running a campaign game. I'm not going to treat this as a campaign game. I don't know what I'll do in the future, because it wouldn't be a bad idea to play this way. We're going to play the second scenario in the book. This is the major scenario, or the most common scenario of the game. A training mission is a beginning, getting you started game. This one is patrol duty. Another day in Traitors Toll. People going about their business, selling, serving, laboring, entertaining, or stealing. Stabbing and smuggling. Who knows what the guards will encounter? So the first thing I want to do is introduce you to who the players are. This is the guard captain. He cannot start the game. I haven't given him anything extra to begin with. Next to him is my guard sergeant. He counts just as a normal constable, but he should have gotten a backstory upgrade card, and I'm not even sure what that is. I have this fellow here, a constable who I've given a ranged weapon to. That's a crossbow. This fellow here is, I'm calling thinking of him as sort of a mercenary, because you'll see the cards have little points totals in the corner, and they have most of them have a shield in colors which match the color scheme the way I've painted them. Those are the main factions of the game, the different guard units. But there's a couple of extras, and so this guy is one of those extras because I don't have enough, and I didn't paint enough figures for this game. I should have 10. I have like 6. I'm viewing him as a sort of mercenary. This one here is an overthinker. Noble constable there with a lantern, a guard constable there holding a warrant or something. That counts as a free hand, which can be important in the game. That's another mercenary. This one is skittish and also has a ranged weapon. Another mercenary there, guard constable, who is a planner. A guard constable there. And the fellow all the way there at the end. Don't know if you can see him. So those are my basic crew for today's game. The table is set up with a number of different buildings. There's some 30, maybe 29 civilian characters who are out on the table right now. Those will be the civilians. They will sometimes be the victims, and they will occasionally become the suspects. There's a couple of these markers here, signposts. There's tokens that come in the game to act like these, but these are side street markers. There's 2 on the table with white. Those represent the guardhouses. That has to do with when reinforcements come or if you take prisoners off the table. There's one of those on either side of the table. In this scenario, there are 6 of those laid out on the table. I'm going to begin by taking 30 points and distributing them on the table. So I have one group of 3 and one group of 4. I'm going to try to keep them together, I think, to some degree. I will start the first ones here, just patrolling along. And the others, I'll put over here by the guard post. There are tokens that look like this, halberds or battle axes. There's one of those for each of the activated guards that are on the table already. The others, when I say activated, are on the table. There's a handful of them that are still in the guardhouse. There are these hourglasses. The hourglasses represent time counters, so there's 3 of them, and there's 2 of these scrolls, which are plots. Now normally this is meant to be a 2-player game. We would take turns, each player pulling a various token. For the solo game, we don't work that way. I'm just going to pull a token directly out of the bag. We don't have any plots yet, so we're just patrolling around the town looking for something to come up. This is my guard sergeant. Across the top, those discs, the first one is your aim, the one that looks like a sword. The number underneath it is how many dice you roll for that. The next one is agility, the windy arrow. The number under that is how many dice. Well, all the numbers are how much dice. The next one is brawn, or strength. The head is wits, and the heart, is it health or is it heart? I don't remember, but that's kind of like your hit points usually. First token we're going to pull. I pull an activation for a guardsman. What we do is we decide what guardsman we want to activate and what he's going to do. When you're roving, like we're doing now, it's all random, or mostly random. A rove takes a wit. I'm going to activate the archer that's in that group first. He is my actual archer for this group. His wit, because he's instinctive, his wit's down. He's only at 2. So he only gets to roll 2 dice. But he's going to do that. He's going to roll 2 dice. His result is a foot and swords. Normally, swords are your successes. When you're rolling off against things you need successes on, you're looking at trying to get at least 3 swords. So that would be 3 swords and would be a success if this was an attack or something, but it's not. The foot generally gives you extra movement. There's also the third face type is a coin. And coins used for special coin effects. We will talk about that as some of them come up in the game. But so my archer move on a rove is 4, I believe. It's 4 inches. The foot could give him an extra 1 inch, so he can move 5 inches. He's stuck either going this way or that way. I'm going to go ahead and move him into town. Why wouldn't I? So he's going to move 4 inches up and start heading in to see what's going on in town. All right, that's the first action of the game. Not exciting. So I pull another token. I get another. So I'm going to move the guy next to him, the girl there with the spear. She's the overthinker. She's got a 4 for wit. I should have moved her first. So there's 2 swords going the wrong way, a coin, and a foot. So the foot means she's going to wander 5 inches. The swords would mean she's moving towards the end of the table. You cannot move off the table in this game unless you're within, I think it's 3 inches, of the side street markers. Otherwise, if there's not a side street marker, there's assumed, there is one here and there's one over here. There is assumed to be walls or something there, so you can't keep going. However, she also rolled a coin. Now, for anybody, a coin on a roving will give you a door. And what door means is you can always pick a door of one of the buildings and aim in that direction rather than what's on your arrows. This is also a guard though, and guards have the choice of halt. Normally you have to move the full distance you rolled for, in this case 5 inches. Halt means you don't have to. Also, if there was a suspect or something, a suspect or a person sneaking, there's going to be sneakers eventually in this scenario, in this particular game. You can try to spot them. However, I don't have any of those things either. So what I think I'm going to do is pick a door, 6 inches of a door. That's not good. I don't want to move the wrong way. There is a door on the back of this building. I can actually get to it. That's probably the only one around. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to, actually I don't move 6, I'm moving 5. So she's going to move over there. That's her move. Going the wrong way. She thinks there's something there. That guy over here looks kind of roguish, so I'm not surprised. The next one I get is a scroll. Scroll means plot. That's going to start changing things. A plot. Ooh, we got the major plot. Gang of pickpockets. There's 11 cards here for plots, but only one of them is a major plot. A gang of pickpockets. A team of pickpockets works the crowd, prompting cries of dismay as people realize their purse is gone. So the first thing we have to do is we have to identify 3 civilians with bare feet, rags, or hoods. All 3 have the expert thief attribute. I'll have to look that up. Task: arrest all 3 pickpockets. The task is failed if 2 or more escape off the board. Keywords are expert thief, friends, petty crime, and sump. A couple of things to look at on this card. This is a major card. The flame-looking thing up here is discontent. That's one of the important features of this game. The guards are trying to get gold. If they succeed in this, they will get a gold. But at the end of the game, you add up all the golds you have and you subtract all the discontents. Discontents can come from crimes that are unsolved, like if this one ends up being not solved, it'll cause 1. Also, things during the game will cause discontent. For instance, these pickpockets will keep robbing people. That causes discontent. This is grouped discontent. If we were playing a multiplayer game, this would affect everybody in the game. There's things you can do during the game, like cutting down a suspect who isn't a violent suspect. That's bad. It raises discontent. People don't like that. And that would be personal, or what they call personal. It's kind of misleading because it's not on the guy that did it, but it's on the side that did it. So the first thing we have to do is identify 3 civilians with bare feet, rags, or a hood. All 3 are going to have the expert thief attribute. So we have to grab 3 suspect markers. We have to determine, and the players get to do this, but we have to find people who have bare feet or rags to count as the possible thieves. We can kind of game this. It's perfectly legal for the game to pick people who are useful to you. And with that in mind, I'm kind of leaning towards this guy, the puppeteer. there's a little hobbit over here who definitely looks like a thief, and this kid that's running over here. All three of those are going to be sneaking. A sneak is a little different than a rove. The sneak action, this is going to be wits on the card. The cards for suspects have those as well, you'll see here. So there's all three of these suspects have the same stats. Their sneak action is going to be wits, just like the roving, but unlike roving, the coin action is steal. They're going to choose the direction that passes closest to a civilian. If there's no swords, they have to go forward. If they have the coin, they can steal. Steal will push past the civilian, they can steal. They have a chance of losing their sneak marker. They have a chance of causing increase to discontent. And this is their main goal until they are spotted. And this is part of where that spot roll is going to end up being important. Their wit is 4, so they're going to be good at this. One of the things that's useful in this game is to roll kind of near the figures. So we're going to do that. This is the figure we're looking at first. I'm going to move first. He has got 4 wit, so I'm rolling 4 dice. All right, he did not get any coins. All he got was a bunch of swords. Sneak is move 4. A foot would give a +1, but I don't have any. But I do have a lot of choices for movement. So I can move this way, that way. I can move, I can move to the jester. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to sneak over towards the jester. And get a sneak marker. The sneak marker looks kind of like a suspect marker, but it's half blacked out. So he's sneaking. When I pick him up at the end of the turn, that will stay on. That'll stay on until they're spotted. The next one, is that one visible here? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to roll that one. Okay, this one's getting an extra 2 inches move. Can move that way, or this way, or that way. None of that's great, and no coin. I'll move that way, so I can use my whole movement. Not sure that was the best way to go, but this is the way I went. He's going to go 5. He still doesn't have a coin. But he can sneak over to here. It's a lot of little criminals. I have a time. So time does a couple of things. 3 of those in there, and when there's 3, it ends the turn. But when the first 2 come up, they cause you to move 2 civilians randomly. What happens is there's this identify card here. And we're going to roll 2d6 on that to identify our first civilian. So we have a 4 and a 4. 4 is tools, and the second 4 is with a bucket or a mop. All right, I happen to know that I don't have anybody with a mop. I do have somebody with a bucket, though. So it's her here. So she's going to do a roving action. Basic civilians all have 3 for everything. So she didn't get a direction. She would normally be going straight forward because of the 2 feet for 6 inches. So she's going to have to go forward. So she'll go 6 inches. Find the nearest civilian within 6 inches of the one who just moved. They respond by moving 4. I'm going to assume it's where they end. That's what we've been doing. It doesn't actually say. In the case of this particular identity, they move the same direction. So it'll be 6 inches there, this guy with a hammer. And then we move on to the next activation. So what we get is, I got another time. Roll 2d6 on the activation. I'm going to roll a 6, that is perform, and a 2, which is creature. I don't really, I do have a performance with a creature. I don't have many, but I have a guy with a snake. Where is the snake charmer? You see him in there? That's the snake charmer. He's right in here. He's going to activate. That's the direction I got. I got a foot, and I got that direction. So he's going to move for 5 inches. He's either going to move to one of the walls and conform. That's what I think I'll do. I'll move him this way. He's going to move 2 inches and then conform along it for 4. You normally can't bend like that. He's going to move up to the fishmonger there. Fishmonger is now the closest, and he's going to move. This is a perform, moves towards, actually. So yeah, the other fishmonger will move towards him. That's what we'll do. Fishmongers are arguing with, maybe that snake likes fish. We got another plot. What are the odds of that? Plot 2, the plot thickens. We get Enchanter, Master of the mystical arts, or so they claim. They can imbue your blade with arcane powers. This is a traitor, which is a little different than the normal ones. His movement's going to be roving. We have to identify a civilian with an arcane item. Each guard can visit this traitor once per game. I'm going to call that, I think, the Bottle Fellow. I'm going to assume those are spells or potions. The guy I'm referring to is over here, that guy right there. So he's going to rove. He's moving for 6. He's going to move right out that gate. Right out to here. That's just a normal, that's a plot. Make a barter interaction if passed, the Enchanter tests wits. If this is also passed, the guard's main weapon, that's right, it improves your weapon. We have another activation. I try to move that last guard there. All right, so that's my guard sergeant. His wits is 4. So he does have a coin, which is good because I don't like his arrow. Well, he doesn't have a door either. Well, he's going to go for 6 unless I stop him. He's going to go this way. He's walking alongside the other one. That's what we'll do. All right. This is the 3rd time, isn't it? Yeah. So that ends the time. At the end of time, we don't have to check for anything. We don't have any things, end of time sort of things happening. We have prisoners taken or buildings on fire or anything like that. So we're going to pull up the tokens. We do not pull up the sneak tokens, but we do bring up the other ones because they are now part of the movement. They are now activated just like we are. And I get an activation for one of them. So these guys have 4. Who do you want to do first? They're all kind of near each other. So you'll notice my whole other unit didn't even get moved. That's one of the things that'll happen sometimes in this game. Not everybody gets to activate. It's one of those sort of things. All right, so he's going to try to rob the jester. That's his plan. He has 4. He does not get a coin. He does get an extra movement, 2 movements, so he can move 6 inches. He can move this way. He can move back where he came, or he can move that way. I'm moving this way, I think. Maybe he decided that guy wasn't worth it. I have another plot. I got this one here. It is disturbance. Some deranged person is yelling nonsense about a monster in the sewers, annoying everyone in this activity. So we have to identify any civilian. We have to arrest this suspect. The first thing we have to do is roll d6s on the identify. 1, that's arcane. Oh, great. And 2, with a book or a scroll. Oh, look, he's right there. He's right here with a scroll. So he's going to move 5 inches that direction. And he is now a suspect. Guard activation. So now we have some things to think about here. You have to have line of sight. And then there's a concept, or how distant you can actually spot somebody. That's the wrong word. But if it's completely open, you can see up to 12. If it's partially open, like if there was a little block in the way or a figure in the way, it would only be 6. This is at 9 inches. The reason this matters is because I'm going to do a rove. If I manage to get a coin effect, I can spot him. I did not get a coin effect. So I'm only moving 4 inches, and I'm moving in, but I can move towards him. No, I can't. I can move this way, or I can move this way, or that way. I think that's what I'm going to do, is move that way. That's better than nothing. So he's going to go over there to 4. Really? I got another plot. These plots are coming up faster than I'm used to. I don't play the patrol a lot, though. All right, so here's the card. It's an agitator. A charismatic performer riles up the crowd over the oppression and injustice of the city. Identify any performer or arrest the suspect. I'm going to give it to my favorite performer, who's the little jester that other guy almost robbed. He's going to move 5 inches. Got some choices. I can go this way, I can go that way, or this way or that way. I'm going to go that way, I think. He's going to head over this way, peddling his misinformation. I have one of the suspects. The only ones that are in here were the suspects that were the pickpockets. All right, let's go ahead and do him. He's in a good place to rob somebody. Yep, and he got a coin. That's good. He got 3 movements, but he has no choice in direction. So he has to go the way. Oh, he's okay, man. All right. So 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going to go 7 inches. Boom, boom, boom. That's going to knock him aside. He's going to use the coin. I have to roll a d6. Push past the civilian, d6, roll a 1, no sneak marker, 2 or higher, 1 discontent. What that means, that discontent is representing, this guy just robbed that, what is that? He just robbed that nobleman there. So this goes on the gang of pickpocket cards, because that is not a personal one. So that card is now worth 2 discontent. If we arrest all 3 of the pickpockets, we'll get all those back. Next card, or marker token, is another activation. I don't have anybody over here who sees anything important yet. I think I'm going to activate one of the new guys because of that. It's these guys here. I'll go ahead and move the guy with the lantern. The guy with the lantern's wit is 4. So I don't have moves the direction I want. I'm not within 12. So I can't see him. I'm going to move 5 inches. Oh, I don't have to move. I could use that as a halt. I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the coin action as a halt. I could move. I don't want to move any of those directions anyway. So I'm just going to I'm just going to stay there. And I get another action. I'm going to give it to the archer fellow there. This is this is my mercenary archer. His wits are 4. He doesn't get a good direction, but he gets 7. So he's coming over. He's gonna knock these people aside and barge his way through there. That's all right if he's not doing a close action where he runs the risk of knocking them over. And if he knocks them over, that can cause discontent. Just being a jerk, that doesn't seem to. And it's going to be one of the suspects. This will be the last of our thieves. That is the Hobbit fellow. He's going to roll 4. And that's what he wanted. He's going to move 5 inches. He's going to move this direction. That's going to break him to there, and then along to there. And that adds another discontent. We have a guard. I'm going to go ahead and activate, I think, the fellow with the warrant, who's a sentry. His wit is 3. He's... Man, I want to go this way. I could go that way. I could go to the door. Welcome to the door. And another one, I'm going to do the last guy back there. He's got 4. He's got the direction we want. Doesn't get much, but he's got the direction we want. He could do a spot. You can use that coin for a spot. So that comes off, and that guy no longer can do that little hidey movement. So one of the pickpockets has been spotted. Pull another marker, we get another action. I guess I'll move this one. This is the guard sergeant. He's got 4. So he could go to a door, he could halt. He's gonna go 5 inches, and he's going that direction unless he goes to a door. I want to get him off these cards. This is not my intention at all. Yeah, I'll bring him up there. Time. So we have to roll and identify. Second time. I get a 4. That is tools. A bunch of those. And 6, which is any worker, servant, or miner. I'm going to go ahead and move this guy that's right here because it's convenient. Just because he's just right there. He's going to go 5 inches this way. Miners. The other one's going to move the same. So the laundry woman's going to go just that way. And the third time. And the first one we get is one of our actions. All right, who's closest to the guy that's running? Oh, I've got one here. I can see that guy. I'm going to do a close action. Close is agility, I believe. Yes, agility, it's going to be 4. Any foots give a 2. I can move either towards my target, which is the suspect with the scroll, or or direction from the swords. If I make it, I can attack. So this is the archer. His agility is 3. The coin doesn't really do me any good, but that gives me 6. That's enough to get to him. I'm going to do a subdue. Try to arrest him. To subdue, or seize it's called, this is going to be agility, so it's 3 again. I don't have any bonuses. The bonuses are a +1 for assist if somebody was helping me within 2 inches, or a +1 if the target was on the ground, which he is not. So I just need a bunch of successes. I have 4 successes. According to the chart, that is a pass, but because the target has not reacted, he doesn't have his token on him, he has a chance to dodge this. Dodging is also agility. His agility is 3. If he gets a coin for this, he can do duck and dive, which will give him an additional die. He did not, but he did get 5. So that's a pass and ends the action. However, that is also his activation. So he will not do anything else this turn. And if I can somehow, I don't see it happening, but if I can get somebody over there and to try to seize him again, he doesn't get another defensive action. Oh man, I got another plot. This one is poisoned. Bad case of food poisoning or something more deliberate. Identify a guard nearest to a merchant, cook, or food seller. Task. The guard gains 1 blood drop and must take a brawn toughness test. If failed, they are immediately removed from the board and placed in the guardhouse. They can return in later turns, the same as if they'd made an escort duty action. Either way, the task is then complete and the reward is gained. The reward is only in advance. So I have to identify a guard nearest the merchant. I think the thing to do is to give it to this archer because this beer maid right there, she's probably giving him something bad. Archer, so his brawn is 3. He got it, which means that was successful, and that goes away. This is going to be one of the pickpockets. I'm going to make it the one that's been spotted. Now that he's been spotted, he can only flee. Flee is agility. It is a 4-inch move. And any feat will give him additional 2. His agility is 4. He's going to try to get out of town. So that's going to be 6 inches. He can go this way or that way. He's going to go that way. Another plot. We're just getting all the plots. Directions. A confused traveler is bewildered by the maze of streets. Identify a worker or a noble. Help the traveler by making a question interaction. If passed, the task is complete. Until then, at the end of each turn, roll d6. On a 4, the task is failed. Traveler wanders into an even worse part of town. That's not good. I'm gonna make it her. She's gonna. It's gonna be 5 inches that way. She's not exactly a suspect, but that is how it works. Sometimes you're just not really a suspect. This is going to be one of the guards. All right, who do I have that can like try to arrest somebody? Oh, I could do that though. Yeah, I'm going to spot. Spot is agility. Should have had an extra die there. Crown. Not good directions though. Oh wait, but I was doing it close. Which means I can go straight there, but I don't have any pluses, so it's going to be to here. Time. That's the second time. I'm going to roll d6. First one's a 4. Second one is a 4. That's going to be tools, bucket, mop. I only have the one lady. She just activated a moment ago. Oh, she's right here. So she's going to go this way. She's going to knock him out of the way. And he's going to go the same way. And another marker. I don't want to close with any of those two guys. They'll knock people down. I can close with him. That's going to be 3 for him. So he goes 5, right? It's close. 2, or is it 1? It's 2. I suppose it should be just a little further. Another activation of a... I'm going to go ahead and rove with the archer. That's going to be his wits, which is only 4. All right, that's not bad. He's going to go 4 this way. That will push the little kid out of the way, but that's not that big a deal. This is going to be a suspect, the other sneaker. These guys are 4. No good directions there. And no robbery token. And another, I think I will move the agitator. The agitator is just doing roving actions. A lot of the same directions here. Go this way, 4. Guard, I could use that. I'm going to do a close. This is going to be 4. She's going to try to get the agitator. All right, so that's going to give her 6 inches. That is going to get her in there. She's going to try to subdue. Her agility is 4. That ain't great. That's 1. That's a fail. And ends the action. And that's the 3rd time. So we have to roll for the directions lady. 4 or higher, she leaves disgruntled and not, to a bad part of town. 4 or higher, she's gone. That's going to be 1 discontent no matter what. It's one of them. Every time the agitator makes a rove, they're supposed to be getting discontent, and there were 2 of them, I think. Yeah, I'm going to try to activate the sneaking hobbit. He's a 4. Nothing great. Let's go this way. Another one. I've been screwing that up. The expert thief, those guys could have been robbing lots. He doesn't have to be successful. I'm going to go ahead and roll for the guy fleeing. And another one. This one I'm going to do the other one. He's going to sneak. I'm going to go to this guy. And all the way to the corner. He's going to activate. And that is going to give us another, that's another crime. These crimes are out of control. All right, the pickpocket gang is wreaking havoc. Guard. He's going to try to close. Close is agility. That's the guy with the lamp. No, not that guy. This guy with the light. That's going to be 6. He does not make it. That's going to be another thief. I'm going to go ahead and rove him. So he's going to go. He can go back that way, or he can go this way. He's only going to go 4. He's going to go this way here. And work his way towards the end of the table. He's going to give another discontent. Got lots of discontent here. Another action. I'm going to go ahead and close with my overthinker. She's got 4. She's got the direction sheet. Well, she doesn't need direction. Oh, she's got this, no problem. Boom. So now she has to do a seize. Let's try to capture him. Her agility is 4. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7. That is critical. Critical on a seize. That's going to be +1 on the subdue roll. So this goes straight, because he's already got a token on him. He cannot respond. He cannot defend. I'm not sure he can anyway when it was a critical. So we have to roll subdue, which is brawn. Her brawn is 3. We're going to roll that 3. That's not great. We only got 2. Fail, action ends. So they're still struggling there. All right. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I got another plot. I'm running right through these plots. This is rescue. Child cries for help from inside a locked house. Find a way to get inside. Identify an empty building with a ledge. Place a clue marker inside on the ledge. Task: the doors and windows are locked until the task is complete. Either break down the door like a brawn test or successful. One person will climb to the ledge. Pour aid and event. So we're going to go ahead and put this on a building. I'm going to put this building. What the heck? Also says, nearest guard must take a discontent test. If failed, place secret 001. This is going to be my sergeant. Roll a number of dice equal to the guard's heart. Add up the general. Okay, so his heart, that's the sergeant. He's got 3. I got 4. Add up the general discontent to the player's personal. That's what he needed to pass. This is not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh man. So I failed that. That means I get a secret. There's our 1. I have to roll a d6. I got 6. Complaint. Move the nearest civilian into contact with the guard directly between them and the nearest suspect. So he's going to be here. That civilian looks dangerous. But that's all that does. So that goes back into the secret deck. Time. This is the first time of this turn. We roll a d6. 1, arcane. 6, any wizard, scholar, or cleric. I'm going to use the purple lady. And she's going to do a roving action. Okay. So she can move 5 inches. I'm going to move over that way. And that's going to move that one that way. Guard. I'm going to try to break down that door, I think. I have to try to do a brawn test. His brawn is 4. I need 3. He's got it. He's going to get a personal discontent, though, because that was not what they wanted. So he's going to get a reward, and he's going to get rid of a discontent. So I'm going to get rid of the content he just took. And he's got a potion. Potion of healing. And that is gone. And that is gone. Oh, I was supposed to be counting these up. If I get 12, I'm out of the game, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to do something about that. Okay, I have another criminal. The roving. All right, so it's going to be this way or that way. 5. Go this way. No. Yeah, don't sign over there. Go that way. Guard could make that archer go racing over there. He's got a 5. I'm going to do that. Four, 6. Yeah. Boom. I'm going to try to subdue agility. That is 3. That's probably a success. Seize 3 is a success. Target reacts, but the target can't because they just moved. So now I have to try to subdue. I have no pluses. And this is brawn. Brawn is 3. Huh. I don't think I can do anything with that. So I thought I'd have them. Disturbance and second. That's going to be 6. I roll out of 6s. Performer with an instrument. I have a few of those. We'll move the flautist because she's the first person I saw. Flautist is right here. She's going to move this way or that way, and she's going to move 6 inches. I'm going to move it this way, 6 inches. And somebody moves towards. I'm going to move this person toward. No, I'll move this one towards. Guard. The guards here have all done stuff. The guards there have not, but they've lost their targets. Well, there is a target there. I think I can close. I can't close anymore because they're in the way. Yep, I have to rove. Rats. All right, well, we'll do that. I'll rove with him. None of those are great. Go this way and knock that one back. And the other one there, he's got 2, right? Time. That's the 3rd time. So, things that happen. I've got 10. If they get 2 more, if I recall right, we lose. I'm going to activate for a sneak, which is wits for one of the pickpockets, is 4. For the one with the puppet in here, he's gonna, why would he do that? He's gonna go out here, 4 inches. That's gonna be a guard. I think what we wanna do is stop that kid. So he's got 2. No problem. Boom. Try to grab that kid. This is agility. It's 3. 3. That's good. But the kid's going to try to defend. That's agility. His agility is probably great. Yeah. It's 4. 3, that's a success, so that ends that turn. One of them, activate this one for a sneak. He's gonna get 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh man, I'll lift to her. Roll that one. 2, that's going to be, that takes us to 11. We have to get rid of some of these. Have one more turn and we're done, if I'm not mistaken. Time. 4 and 1, that is tools, light, flame. This guy here's got a flame, so we'll rove him. He's going to go 6 inches this way, and she's gonna go just that way. Guard. I'm gonna close with that other guard. This is agility, which is 4. He's good at this. He's got extra 2 inches, or extra 4 inches. So he's gonna knock this one out of the way. He's gonna get here for 4. Now he's going to have an assist on his attack. This is the first time we've had one. Actually, yeah. So he's going to try to seize this kid. That's going to be agility. Agility, 1 die per assist. So his agility is 4. He's going to get 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a critical with a +1 on the subdue roll. Oh, he can't defend anyway because he already acted. So this is going to go to a +1 die on the subdue, which is brawn. His brawn is 3. He's going to get 4 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is an arrest. We have finally an arrest. That's how it's supposed to work. We have an arrest. Yeah, but we still have 2 more. We're not doing well on that one. It's another guard. All right, I'm going to activate him. So 4, 5, because he's born in our nosy streets. It's going to go 7 inches right at him. Another guard. I'm going to have to activate the guards I've been trying to avoid. Well, there's a guard over there. Yeah, what can he do? He has to rove, I think, because he's going to knock somebody down otherwise. He's got 4 wit, though. So 2 crowns, arrow the wrong way, and a door. A foot. So 5 inches you can go. I either go there. Yeah, I have to go the wrong way, I think. He's going to go back over to here. This is not what I wanted. And another one, a guard. I've got 2 guards left here. I guess I'll do this one here. I think you can just go straight to attack, right? She's already there. So she's going to do her agility, which is 4. 1, 2. That's not a hit. I got another. Did not need that. Broken. This is going to hurt. Rotten beam gives way to the crack, leaving a house in damage. Identify. Find the tallest building on the board and place a clue marker on the corner furthest from the corner of the center of the board. Move into contact with the marker. Take a brawn test. Okay, this is bad. Tallest building. It's that one. So there's a beam broken on the observatory building. I don't see how I'm going to achieve that. I think we just lost the game. No, we haven't yet, but we will soon. Guard. I think this is the last guard I have. I was hoping not to activate him, but he's going to try to seize. That's my normal archer, and he's got 3. That's a success. However, he hasn't activated, so he can defend. This is where these never work. That is also an agility. He is the disturbance, so his agility is 3. Yeah, he's fine. And another plot. Annoyed merchant. The toll is how much? That's outrageous. I can't expect to pay that amount. Identify a merchant. Move the merchant along with a successful command interaction. Traveler, wealthy, harmless. The nearest guard must make a discontent if failed to do. Right, so that's not good. We used a poisoning lady. Well, she becomes a suspect. Second time, we activate 1, 5. This is an arcane, any wizard, scholar, or activate the one in the middle of the street. She's going to rove. Continue the direction she's been going for 5 inches. Somebody else, the closest one, moves away. And a guard. What guard hasn't gone? I'm going to rove my sergeant, try to get him back into the game. He's got 4. Great, that's what I want. He's going to move this way. And push that one, the guy aside. Get out of my way. And agitator. Agitator is going to rove. That's going to be wit. It's going to get an extra 2 inches. Yeah, that's what we want. He's off the table. That's not good. Agitator, we are not going to solve. The agitator left. Agitator got off the table by getting next to an exit marker. This has got to be turn 3. Yeah. Anything automatic? This is not going well. I'm pretty sure we're losing. Gonna move a guard. We need to start arresting people, man. That's one of the ways they deal with the solo game is, I think it ends when you hit 12, and I am at 12 right now. Here we go, solo. Not solving that crime was gonna hurt. I had to stop that agitator. At the end of each turn, add up your general discontent and your personal. If the total is 12 or more, the game is lost. Envision complete. Yep. So it's 12, not 11, but I am at 12. So this game is officially done, and we have lost. So that was Traitors Toll. I may have made some mistakes. It's really hard sometimes when you're doing these things while you're filming. Also, I'd never played the solo game, as I think I mentioned. I really have been enjoying this game. It is a little hard. It's not that hard to play. It uses a lot of quirky, strange rules, but you get to figure those out and understand them pretty quickly. No, it's hard to beat the game is what it is. The game I ran at the convention with 2 people who had never played, they did beat it. That was just the training game. It's hard. It's hard to beat the game. Some of the videos I've noticed is the same thing. I'm okay with that. It should be kind of hard, I think. I mean, what's the point if you can win every single time? Why do it? And of course, if you're playing the campaign game and keeping records, your guys are going to be getting better. Another really clever idea, I think, is there's secrets in the game. And these are cards they tell you not to read in advance. They want you to be surprised when you get them. Some of them, like card number 1, comes up all the time and goes right back into the deck, and that's just minor abbreviated things. But some of them will go further and further and take you deeper and deeper into the story. I think it was really clever. In fact, I should mention, and I'm going to right now, that they're doing a pre-sale for the second wave. And in my opinion, besides the fact that there's a number of figures that are in the book that that don't come with it, but those are now available in the second wave. So it's a way to get some of those characters if you want them. There is a new book available, a hardcover with some errata and alterations and clarity repairs based on the community of the playing the game. And mostly this is pretty easy to follow, but every so often it's a little hard to, I think I mentioned during the game, for instance, if you critical success on an attack, I'm not clear if there's still a reaction by the defender if they are available to react. It looks like when you read the text, instead of looking at the CRS on the back page, it does seem to imply, I think, that there is a role. It's really hard to defeat these guys, your bad guys, if they haven't activated. So multiple people taking them down is usually the way to go, or to try to seize them when they've already done something. Anyway, like I say, I hope you've enjoyed watching that video. I enjoyed playing. I really do enjoy this game. It's I think it's been pretty successful financially too, and I know it certainly has been getting a lot of attention on the interwebs. If you have any questions about the game, or if you've had your own experience you'd like to add, please put those in the comment section down below. Also, if you have any further idea for videos and content you'd like to see us produce here on Cry Havoc Wargaming, we look at the comment section for that. If you'd like to support our page, I have a Buy Me a Coffee page account. The information is down in the comment section or in the background section, notes, whatever it's called, where it describes the video down below us here. And if you'd like to receive further notifications for videos like this one that may help you determine how to better spend your money or time in your tabletop wargaming hobby, then I hope you'll hit subscribe and ring our notification bell. Till next time, cheers.